A couple of weeks back, we talked about ability checks, which are non-combative actions that players make to, say, successfully jump from one cliff to the next or to steal bags of potions from a shopkeeper. In this Baldur's Gate 3 guide video, with the help of the D&D 5th edition Player's Handbook, we will discuss each skill under Strength, Dexterity, Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma, not including Constitution, which is a passive ability. Hey everyone, I'm Wisa of Content Critters, here to teach you the basics of D&D 5e for Baldur's Gate 3. If you're interested in more Baldur's Gate 3 lore, news, and guides, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell to receive notifications when new videos go live. Without further ado, let's begin. Strength checks allow you to make rolls to overcome physically demanding activities through sheer lifting, pushing, pulling, or using brute force. The most common skill is athletics, which includes attempting to swim parts of the River Kionthar's heavy currents or climbing slippery cliffs. Sometimes, the activity can be as simple as forcing a barred door open. Next, we move on to dexterity checks to test whether or not you are nimble and quick on your feet. If you are attempting to stay upright on a high, narrow beam to observe what the Absolute Cult is planning down below, or if you are trying to maintain your balance as you run across a slippery floor, then you need to perform an acrobatics check. This is also useful if you do somersaults and backflips to entertain or distract a foe while your rogue sneaks in to steal a heavily guarded treasure of precious concoctions. Using this example again, that rogue party member of yours will have to roll a sleight of hand check to determine if he or she is able to successfully steal the treasure. Trickery, coupled with being a kleptomaniac, guarantees the use of this skill. And the last skill under dexterity is stealth. If you intend to conceal yourself from enemies or to sneak up on someone, the more nimble and light your movements are, the better. Next, we have intelligence checks, when you need to dig deep into your intellect and memory to remember lore and information related to the history of a rune, for example. First is Arcana, which measures your ability to recall lore about magic, including items, spells, traditions, and eldritch symbols. Second is History, related to recalling lore about past events, people, and civilizations. Third is Investigation, to help you analyze, interpret, and deduce clues. Examples include deducing the location of a hidden lever or determining the weakest point in a tunnel to avoid going through that route. Fourth is Nature, to remember lore about the environment, may it be about the terrain, animals, or weather. And last is Religion, to recall lore about deities, prayers, holy symbols, and rites of secret cults. Perhaps you used to worship the Dead Three and you now have the intention of joining the cult of the Absolute. Recalling the success and failures the Dead Three have made in the past will be helpful for the Absolute to possibly offer you a position in their evil cult. Next are wisdom checks, related to how effectively you perceive the world around you, as well as understanding another character's feelings and background. First is animal handling, which enables you to calm down a thrashing animal such as your panicking horse mount, or if you wish to control said mount to attempt a risky maneuver. Second is insight, to determine the absolute or near absolute intention of any creature. This is particularly useful when you're trying to decipher if that same creature is lying to you or not through body language and changes in speech. Third is perception, which allows you to detect something that's not obvious, such as a buried treasure. It can also be used when attempting to eavesdrop from behind a bush. This skill makes you keen and aware of your surroundings. Fourth is medicine, which lets you help your poison companion by searching for herbs in the area. A medicine check is also useful to help stabilize a dying companion. And the fifth is survival. That includes following tracks, predicting the weather, and avoiding natural hazards such as sandstorms. Last but not the least are charisma checks, which measures your social influence or impression when interacting with others. First is deception, to determine whether or not you have successfully lied to and convinced Raphael that you will heed his advice to remove the tadpole from your head. Although, let's be real here, you will need a very high charisma score to pull this one off. Other situations include trying to con a merchant or bluffing to get away from an accusation. Second is intimidation if you intend to influence someone else through brute force and hostile actions. This includes prying information from a guard to rescue your fellow companion from prison, or threatening thugs in Baldur's Gate to prevent a confrontation from happening. Third is persuasion, which allows you to influence someone else, but this time, instead of using brute force, you focus on your tactful manner of speaking and good graces. This is particularly useful when it comes to starting friendships, gaining favors, and negotiating treaties. And last is performance. That determines how well you can delight and entertain an audience through storytelling, music, dance, and the like. This skill is essential if you wish to get more coin or draw attention from the crowd. So that's it. All 18 skills under almost every ability. What skills will you heavily utilize on your first Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough? Let me know in the comments section below. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll be back again next week for more Baldur's Gate 3 videos.